Hey guys, John Litton here with Performance Unlimited with another quick tip to help you love the way you look, feel, and live. Today we're talking about sleep. And I don't know about you if you've ever heard the saying that an hour before midnight is worth 2 hours after. Well, today we're talking about whether or not you should be going to bed early. And primarily, specifically by early, we're meaning before midnight. Now, we talk a lot about the total or the quantity of time to be able to get to sleep as being extremely important, but let's talk about the quality and how that actually relates to when we're going to bed. Certainly 8 hours, 7 hours is important, but being able to understand the stages of sleep and how that actually fits into our ability to develop ourselves and progress ourselves along our health and wellness, that's just as important as how many hours of sleep that you're getting. Maybe even more important, because a long-term sleep process with very few stage changes and very inadequate amount of time spent in each stage is actually detrimental or not as quality and highly productive as getting a few hours of sleep. Now, that's no excuses for anybody out there, but making a case for being able to start your nightly process, your sleeping process, is going to do a few very advantageous things for you. First off, let's get to the science. We talk about stages of sleep as being really primarily REM and non-REM sleep. So when we think about how we actually go about those stages, they're typically bulked into a roughly 90 minutes. So when you go to sleep, you have a 90-minute stage of non-REM, followed by a REM stage that allows us to be able to do a few different things. The non-REM portion, the deep stages, stage 3 and 4, are really going to be our physiological, psychological, emotional, all of our systemic regeneration, the rejuvenation that allows us to be able to be well rested and go at it the next day as hard as we need to with as high quality. The REM sleep is really going to be pushing more towards that memory development, that learning, that cognitive aspect that we love, and is going to continue to build out new aspects of things that we experience during the day. Here's the point. The quality or the makeup and the ratio of those stages falls in line with our circadian rhythms. And not to do too big of a deep dive in circadian rhythms, basically your body's system and its stages follows the actual hours of the day. Light and dark actually means that your body is producing specific systems or dominant in certain systems depending on what portion of the day for night or for dark, in order to really create these most advantageous and evolutionarily productive processes. How does that actually relate to sleep? The earlier in the night, before midnight, that you're able to get sleep, you're really benefiting yourself greatly on dominating the stage 3 and stage 4. So all of your systems, including your physiological system, is getting that regenerative point. If you tend to be more of a late sleeper, getting to bed after midnight, you're probably not going to spend as much time in those stages, and you're not going to get as an effective recovery during your nighttime process, which can really start to wear and tear and break you down during the day, depending on how stressful your life actually becomes. In today's age, the process or the likelihood of you having a stressful life is very high. So what we want to do is we want to actually start our bedtime process early, well before midnight. Still think about our quantity as being important, getting that 7 to 8 hours if possible, and giving us the best chance for being able to spend as much time as possible in the deep sleep, the stages 3 and 4, for our systemic rejuvenation, the regenerative process, so that we're our best and continuing to build out the longevity as best as possible.